Bam. All right, there we go. We're streaming. Let me start the timer. Lovely. So I'm just going to make my previous live streams public because for some reason it doesn't automatically go public. It stays unlisted, which is not helpful for anybody, honestly. Specifically me, it's not helpful for me. Or anybody that wants to watch, but like, let's be real here. Who's watching this shit? You know what I mean? Let's do public there. Bam. God. All the way from before 100 hours is currently not public. Takes a while as well. But I want to do it whilst I'm streaming because it sends notifications to everybody that's watching. It just sends notifications to everybody that's sort of subscribed or have notifications on. And so at least then, if it sends, hey, this person uploaded this live stream, it makes people think that they're live right now. And at least if they think I'm live right now, they're going to come online and see that I am live. And that's just helpful. You know what I mean? Hey, what up? What up, Soul for Sandy? Dan? Bro's just writing Dan? What up, though? How's it going? How's it going? Sorry, just doing a little something, just making it public that I'm going live right now. And then I'm going to get into it. So above me, this is the profile that I'm thinking, right? It's a dog, right? Second. Yeah. Oh, that's a two. Two, second. Okay, why second, though? Why second? What is it? Why are you saying second? But yeah, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So here's what I'm thinking. We need to turn it into a dubstep song. It's a freaking dog. All we've got to do is get some dog sounds. So if I just type in dog, I'm sure I've got some dog sounds. Have a listen to that. That's doggy AF. Show up first, say second. It's a bit. Gotcha. So instead of like, when you like first on like a video or something, you say first, but you're saying second instead. Sure, go on then. All right, look, I'll be honest. As shameful, my green screen is unleashing the world. It's really crappy. The setup I've got. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to ruin the third wall or whatever the fuck. But it's mayhem back there. It's terrible. It's so hideous, honestly. Welcome. Do you like dubstep? Are you a dubstep fan? Let me compile all the dog sounds first, and then I'll know exactly what I'm working with. But yeah, do you like dubstep? I'm hoping that you do. Growl could be decent. I'll take this because there's potential with that, and I'll take this because there's potential for sure with that. Potential with that as well. Okay, this is decent. I wonder what's in the Vox section for dog. Vocal toolkit, phrases, doggy. This is just a phrase of someone saying doggy. You ready?
Doggy.
I don't know what I expected.
Bark like dogs.
I'm not gonna have that as a pre-drop. Bark like dogs, potentially though.
Bark like dogs.
Ooh.
Bark like dogs.
I shouldn't. It's stupid. It's so stupid. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck, I really want to though, but I'm not going to do it. All right, look, we've got the dog sounds. Great. I think the next step is to. I think let's make a synth now, right? I don't need it to be super complex. I need drums. Just so that I've got a tempo. It doesn't. It doesn't. It needs to be dubstep. So let's go into my drums, get a kick. Let me think about what kind of kick I want. I want that, but without the tail. So I'm just going to bring that in because there's an ugly, ugly fucking tail on this. Does the job. And we need a hi-hat. I want it to be really clean. Almost. Potentially. No. I don't even like this kick anymore. You know what? Let's just quickly put a kick and snare in. It doesn't need to be perfect. Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect because we will add more stuff later. How can I? Oh. Yeah, again, I'm doing this just for the tempo, so I can duplicate it correctly. I can just duplicate it, and then we can start writing in some stuff. And so we want it dubsteppy, so maybe we go right. So I'm thinking we make a melody first, then we make the synths. Yeah. Though I know that sometimes people will get bored just listening to this, so maybe let's add what the actual fuckery, whatever the fuck that is. There we go. Cool. Let's chop it even more. And we'll add a little groo. Depends what we mean when we say dubstep. Not the biggest fan of really. Oh, that you took a while to respond, and just realized you cannot read a fucking thing on that. You can say anything, no one's gonna know because this is going on to YouTube as well, bro. This is staying forever, but no one's gonna see or be able to can be bothered to read what you wrote there, which is good. For you, if you could say whatever the fuck you want, it will never get brought back to you. Depends what we mean when we say dubstep. Not the biggest fan of really sound design, heavy, drop centric structure, mid, high bass synth dubstep. There are exceptions, but I much prefer older styles of low slash sub bass focus, minimal and structured without build up and drops as the focus. Gotcha. It's like Marlowe, Koki, Loafer sort of vibes, yeah? I fucking love that shit. I fucking love that shit. In fact, for you, let's let me I'll do that for you. Let's see if I've surely got something because I am super deep into sound design, to be honest with you. But I could probably just make a simple what's the liquid gargoyle. This is all shit that I've made, but it's too high, but that works. Yeah, it does the job. I find Ganja White Knight strikes a great balance of modern sound design and a more classic track structure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ganja White Knight has been around for such a long time, and I think he was one of the early adopters of it as well. To be honest with you, so it does make sense that he is, doing what he's doing. So big up, yeah, for sure. Ganja White Knight, and yeah, they make some crazy beautiful songs. If you like Ganja White Knight, you're probably into other artists around that sort of wobbly bassline stuff, like Dirt Monkey and shit. The Dirt Monkey might be a bit too heavy. What you're into? Let me know. Am I right in saying that? Calm down a bit. Okay, anyway. It is wibbly wobbly, isn't it? Is this as wibbly and wobbly as you expected? I might beef it up a bit though, to be honest with you, because I think it is not beefy enough yet. But I don't want to. I don't want to beef it up too much because I mean, at the end of the day, we're moving these synths into. We're gonna make a dog make these sounds, so we don't need it to be beefy. Never heard of them. We'll have a look at. Yeah, definitely look into Dirt Monkey. Look into Jansen. Look into Boogie T. Look into. Liquid Stranger, bro. You're gonna love Liquid Stranger. I promise you. I promise you. If you like Gadget, you surely you've already heard of Liquid Stranger. To be honest. Let's duplicate this shit. Let's extend that. Bam, bam, bam. Cool. Because I don't need this to be absolutely crazy. Because the real thing that I'm doing here is it's literally just for a little reel, an Instagram reel. It doesn't need to be longer than 20 seconds, to be honest with you. Jansen and Dirt Monkey are the ones I didn't know. Just found a track they did together. I bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To be honest, I only know Jansen from Dirt Monkey. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, don't go for their old stuff. You're going to want to go for their more, and by old stuff, I mean like 2012, right? If you go for like 2015 onwards, that's where they get into that wibbly wobbly sound design. So yeah, I mean, what song did you find together? Is it In the Mood? Is it In the Mood? Because that's how I know about Jansen. I know Jansen from Dirt Monkey and Jansen's In the Mood. What a beautiful song that is. Now, my problem with the synth is that it's got a lot of movement. Great. Problem is the song that I'm going to be putting the sound that I'm going to be doing doesn't have a lot of movement. So it's just a dog barking. So I don't want to do something too crazy. You don't need to listen to In the Mood. You can. It is wibbly wobbly, but it's quite old and it's swing based. So the whole song is swing and then it goes into a dubstep drop. It's really fucking cool, to be honest. But I don't know if you'd like it if you're into Ganja White Knight. That's all. The beat. I don't think I know that one. I know of Dirt Monkey did a song called Box Beat, which is a really cool concept where they got an actual beatboxer to beatbox a beat, and then Dirt Monkey did the drop of that beatboxing beat, and then it goes into the beatboxing that beat, then it goes into the drop. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's a really, really cool concept, and I really like it. I quite like unique dubstep. I think a lot of dubstep isn't as unique as it could be anymore. I think back in the day it used to be proper unique, but nowadays not so much. But songs like that make me appreciate how unique it is. That's why I do shit like this. This is, in my opinion, quite unique. You don't really hear much dogstep, if you will. And what I'm going to do is pitch this down. These are too high. Do that. Oh, that works. And I think we repeat it, but not fully. We're going to repeat the first half and then change the second half. So we still got the do, but we're going to go do. Oops. Do 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 do. Maybe we do. I think going into F might not be the play because we've not had an F yet. We've only had A and G. Yep. All right. Fuck it. That'll work. All right. Cool. Let's. I hate these drums. Let me get a kick that will actually work. That is massive, but it does the job. I'm going to make it smaller though. Cool. And now let's get a snare that's not absolutely disgusting. I am thinking of a number from 1 to 10. Just kidding. I'm thinking we could have a dog bark as a snare. Why is this one such a weird fucking surround sound? I might just take that one. And all I've got to do is pitch it, to be honest with you. It's quite high. I think I could pitch it down and it'll sound decent. All right, let's work on it. Surely I can make this into a snare. I'm not sure how, but I think I can. There it is. And it's already got the reverb on it, which is kind of sick. I could leave it as that and just layer it with something, to be honest with you. And I am going to smooth out the beginning a bit because the beginning's a bit harsh. Wait, let me double check. Let me hear the kick. Brother. It's a simple snare, that one, but I think it might do all right layered. Nope. Let's try that. There it is. Cool. It literally sounds like a dog getting punched, though, which is kind of sad. But you know, you got to do what you got to do for the sound design. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, were you thinking about Dirt Monkey and In the Mood and whatnot? Pants and shit. Cool. Cool. I'm going to add a trigger, just some ghost notes to pretty much allow my synths to duck underneath it so it sounds clean. I'm going to have a look at this, sort of see where it peaks. I think it peaks all the way up to there, so I'm going to take that and bam, that's that. This stops peaking, yeah, pretty much there. I'm going to take that and bam. So that is the snare, this is the kick. Fortunately, I've got this shit in the way, so I'm going to group that, make it smaller, put it underneath that shit so it's not in the way. And copy this as the kick. This kick sucks. I'm going to add a saturator, just beefing it up a little bit. Out there, you definitely needed that beefing, my god. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Right there, we need a kick. Not like that, but we need a kick there because that's just where the vibe goes. And there. And let's take that. And what I am going to do is get rid of that. And put the snares there and to the next one as well because we need that. I'm going to once again copy and paste the kick so we can keep that going. We started again. I don't know if we need that. Let me have a listen. We don't need that. Cool. I think we can repeat that kick pattern. Cool. There it is. All right. I am going to quickly save this to music. Ableton Songs 2025 work in progress, and this is let's do a new folder here in whips. IG songs, just in case this becomes a series. I don't want it to interfere with the rest of my music. This one is Sean the Samoyed. I've no clue. Whatever. But there we go. Sean the sheep. All right, now all I've got to do is cool. I think I can do that. Let's find a nice solid bark first. That one's good. So what I'm going to do is in the duck section, I'm just going to have some more audio. I'm going to take this just in case that's a good bark, but let's have a listen to others. I like that one. I like that one potentially more. Let's have a listen to both of them. Getting ducked, sorry. We keep them both. They're actually both good. All right, good. Good boy. That's just breathing. We could have some quarter notes. Ugh, 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 sort of thing. So instead of hi-hats, we could have this shit. Give that a go. Bam, 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 bam. Duplicate that, and we've got. Good. I'm going to rename that to perk because that is percussion. and we'll actually have one for real hi-hats because I think we do need it. We don't need it to be fancy, but we do need some sort of movement there. Cool. Nice hi-hat. For now, we'll see. I hope I don't need to change it, but we'll see. Cool. That's simple. Does the job. I think we repeat it. Cool. We should remove the bass of that, the sub, but I can't be bothered. I think it's fine. All right, let's assume that this is done, though, now, and let's have a listen to this. Find a good growl in this. That is so beasty, man. I think this is a good growl, but I think it's a growl for the build-up, not for anything else. That's cool. It's that licking of the lips that sounds so real. Ah, so sick. Honestly, it's fucking scary. All right, cool. Let's find some other good growls. I think that one's relatively stable. I'm looking for one that keeps the same sort of note. You know, I don't think I'm going to need any of these small dog ones. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think so. We've already used it for the snare. That's fine. Now let's look. So, if we've got a long note, that's going to be the growl. If we've got these tiny notes, that's going to be one of these, and then I guess that mid note will be also one of these because that's pretty much the same sort of length. Chuck on some reverb, put a note on there, and then we're good. A little stuttery boy, huh? All right, simpler is what I want, but that's not going to work here because these are audio racks. So we're going to make a synth rack, make it simpler instead, and I just drag that on. Lovely. Now let's zoom in, make sure it starts where it should start, which is pretty much there. Let's really, really zoom in. We'll get it to start. Go on then, I do need a little bit of it there. Is there a way I can add the attack of one shot because I don't want it to loop? Attack envelope. It's not playing anything. We're going to. I just realized there's no. I need to find out what the note of this is. I don't have perfect pitch, so the way that I find out what note it is I open up the EQ and I play it. And I can and I look for the peak. Right there is the peak, and that's B3. And you know it's B3 because over here it says B3 or C4. There's some more peaks over here, and that's B as well, and another peak, and that's F sharp. Yeah, that's F sharp. All right, so we've got F sharp, but F sharp doesn't go into C. F sharp goes into B. So I'm going to assume it's B, not C. In the Mood gives me vibes like Rusted Black Iron Crown by Takumi. Brother, I don't know that song at all. Is that dubstep? Because that's fucking cool. I want to check that out. I might check it out now, to be honest with you. I don't want to get too distracted, but I do want to check that out. Hang on, where's my opera? We open it here. What is happening? Oh, wow.
Good evening. 100 gigs of data for 15 quid a month.
Bro's just sitting here watching videos, huh? Alright. Okay, let's see. Rusted. Black. Iron. Brown. Takumi. Damn, not super popular. It didn't show up here. Wow, 1K views. Reminds you of this? This is Glitch Hop. This reminds me of every Glitch Hop song ever. I like the bass. Okay. Bro's been using OTT. And this reminds you of In the Mood? I kinda see it. But not massively for me. Anyway, let's get back into it. Nice bit of inspiration. I quite like that. Alright, so we're going to assume that the root note of that bark is B, which means all we've got to do is say that this is B somewhere. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't use the simpler much at all. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, at all. Reserve, transient, short, mode, one play. Hang on. Okay, so I would assume that as is, it assumes that it is C, but it is actually B. So if I transpose it from C down to B, that should be correct. So that means that this first note should be A. That's actually G. It's close to A, but it's actually G. So if I just bring that to there. Now it's A. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. That'll do. And I'm going to take all of that and up it, brother. I'm going to take all of this and go up 1 octave. There it is. Add a bunch of reverb, and then we're fine. And then this one, this woof, will just be a different woof. Like, that's all. In fact, we could have this small dog doing these woofs. Because these woofs are good, but we can use that for the low notes. Yeah? So I'm going to keep this in our back pocket. In fact, I'm going to duplicate it and assume that it is perfect. And we're going to take this initial woof. Oh, brother. Oh, please, just let me grab you. Alright, cool. We're going to take that little woof. We're going to bring it over here even. And I'm going to drag that into the simpler. There we go. That didn't change this, did it? Nope. Good. And zooming in, bringing it forwards. And this one we're just going to have there. We're going to remove that. And then for this long note, that might be one of these as well, to be honest with you. But maybe I'll have a growl as it. I mean, we've got this growl, which is quite decent. You know? So maybe we do that. Anyway. Good. We need to work out what note that is. So it should be, hang on, it should be A. Yeah? It is instead, it's E and G. So we need it to be A, all we've got to do is transpose that fucker. We could go up. We could go down. If we... Let's treat this one as the root note and bring this one to A. But then we'd need to go up quite a bit, I think. Oh, that's fine. And I think if I just boost that, that'll just make this one seem more A-like. Bit naughty, but it'll do. Cool. And this we will literally just have as the growl. That is G2. This is, let's find out. Bass is over here. It's B. Yeah. What I might do is literally leave this as is. Put it here. I need it to be A. Right? Fuck me, my memory's bad. I need it to be G. Yeah? But right now it's B. Yeah. So if I need it to be G, it's B. I need to go, can go up, can go down. Both are quite far. Fuck. Fuck, yeah, both of them are really quite far. Let's do complex. Do pro. Anyway. Okay, so it's on B. We need it to be G. If let's go up. Let's go up for now. So B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Fuck me, this is long. This is so long. E. This is too long. Let's go backwards. G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Yeah, it's much better to go backwards. Okay, let's go -4. And I think that's it. There it is, yeah. And just to make sure of it, we boost G. And for safety, I'm going to boost another G. And for safety, let's boost another G. That's the beauty of sound design. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Before, after. Much more G-like. Potentially too resonancy, but we roll with it. So we will just have it cut short like that. All right, cool. Then we go woof woof, and we could have another growl. Should we just do it? Another growl? Wait, this one is also G, but it is much higher. We can do that. So instead of -4, we're going to go +8, so that we are still in the same note. Just to double check, we're going to open up the EQ and make sure these peaks are where the G is. It is where the G is. It is fucking disgusting, but it's where the G is. Oh wait, I just changed the EQ for everything. Let's just make a new fucking shit for that. Honestly, because that's fucking hideous. But anyway, we want this to be G. Brother, where's my EQ? Didn't have one. Okay. We want this to be G, so all we're going to do is remove this motherfucker. Bring this one down to G2 and reduce these peaks a bit. And I am going to clean this up. Cool. And we can remove that, because that is just for these notes. Maybe. We can give it a go. If not, doesn't matter. We can always just try it later. Alright, that is okay, but let's try it now with the original way. This. Hang on, why can't I hear that? Ah, this is too low. Cool. Alright. We could do something a little weird. Let me try it out. This is G. This is also G, actually. It would be cool to have this as A instead of G to make it A. All I've got to do is -2. Alright, done. Let's have a listen. Cool. And so, hang on. What we'll do is I'll keep that as G. We'll keep this as G2. Call it G2 just so that I know that it's one up. This one's going to be A, so I'm going to go -2 with this one. Just for ease, I'm going to group these together and call this growls, and then mute them because I'm actually going to use this one. And this already starts where I want it to start, but it doesn't end where I want it to end. I'm going to have it end sort of like that, and we're going to have a listen with it now. A little quieter. Maybe we have it like that. Okay, we shorten that. And we have it growl there as well. And maybe we cut it there. And we cut it on the kick. We cut it on the kick without it knowing. Cool. Again, without it knowing, so we'll bring that back. And this one will be G, so we'll bring that down, -4. Cool, and duplicate. And we will do a little bit of this, and that is the same note. In fact, all of this can go because it's all the same as this. If I can copy and paste that. This note is non-existent for some reason. Is there nothing there? Okay, so there's that. And we can just have that over there because that'll work anyway. Okay, I'll be down in a moment. Thank you, Dan. My food is ready, so I'm going to finish up by deleting that. Now let's have a listen. Okay, this is good. What I'm going to do is actually, I want to keep this MIDI as the MIDI of what we're doing. So I'm going to rename this as MIDI and make it smaller and get rid of it. This one is going to, in fact, all of these need to be grouped together, and they're called barks. I spelt it wrong, but that's okay. They're going to go in the ducking section, and I'm going to add some reverb to it. Bam, bam, bam. We're going to add EQ to it, specifically EQ8. We're going to can add delay, though not sure. I don't think I need it. The main thing that I want to be doing is cutting out the sub here. And we'll add a nice little bit of glue compressor. Keep it all together. Okay, again, this needs to fuck off. Anyway, so what we'll do is we're going to open this up. I know that this is G, but the rest of these are A, so I'm just going to this and turn this A there, bang, and then it goes again there. Everything else can and should fuck off, so let me just delete everything else. Okay, cool. So this little fucker as well. So that goes to there, this goes there, this is that, but that's actually G, and I can copy and paste this, and I think that just repeats. There we go, bang. And we can have a listen now. And I can make this a sub. Let's get a square wave to make it dirtier. We're going to send this one to filter 1, this one to direct out. And we're actually going to do a quick high pass. And some distortion. We're going to do quite heavy distortion, overdrive, but I'm going to have it slightly there, but it's not fully there. Add a little bit of reverb. But have the reverb only come in when the note's playing. Cool. And then finally, low pass filter. High pass filter. About 80. Just to keep that sub bass clean. And this dog growl should actually be layered with that synth. And I'm going to group them both together. No, because this just needs the bass removed. There we go. Now I'm going to group them together and just put a saturator on them. That might work. That does work. We're going to remove that because we don't need it anymore. We are going to put a saturator on this thing as well, make it bigger. That's good, and we need to make this a little wider, so I'm going to go into my plugins and get open the doubler. quickly save it, bring it to the beginning of all of these. Nope, after the saturator, we're going to make that smaller, make that smaller, make that smaller, because we're not going to touch anything else. We're going to put the glue compressor before all of this. We're going to put the vocal doubler on this. And we're going to make this one mono because I think it's cooler. Actually, maybe we keep this mono. Yeah, I'm going to put that mono. The way I'm going to do that is go into Audio Effects, Utility, Mono. Okay, this is good. What I need to do actually is cut that, bring that there, because I think a little bit of slide will be better. Yup. Join these back together. Make that shorter, bring that there, duplicate this to there, close this down and duplicate this to there, and that should do it. Okay, that's good. These drums need thickening, and so I'm going to add a lovely plugin that I like to call Rough Rider. We're going to use the drum preset. This is good, but we're going to do sidechain of this because it's already quite good, but we don't need it too much. Cool, and we're going to do a very, very quick master right now. Audio effect racks that I've already done. Thank you, not this one. Quick master. There we go, I'm going to close that. We're going to close that, close that, close that, close it all, close it all, close it all. We're going to have it looping and sort of fix this. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. This isn't fine. Trying to find the point where it's as loud as it can be without it distorting, so that's where it needs to be. That's great. Let's see what it would sound like if I remove that and we get the woof a little clearer. That's kind of sick, to be honest with you. Alright, getting carried away. I think that is good enough. So I'm going to file export audio / video. I want it to start about there. We're starting at 15. Hang on, let's do this. And what I'm going to do is I've got a quick. Come on. Bass clef easy washout, and I'm going to literally just throw that on there. And I think that should work for me. Automation, please, not barking. There it is. And I'm going to just take that, and that is what we're going to do. Export audio. Bam, 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 bam. Export. And we will do this one to our desktop. Bam. Thanks for coming down to the stream. I'm going to go now. Yeah, it's been real. Hang on. Making dubstep based on followers' profile picture. Okay, I know what I need. I just need a video of me pointing up at the sky. Like a little dickhead. You know what I mean? God, I look like a dickhead. Alright, but I think that's it. I think that's it. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to stop the timer now, and I'm going to